Do not mistake good customer service with flirting.
I have seen multiple posts where someone asks if they should ask a certain worker out because they felt a connection, they were being nice, charming, etc. As a female who has worked at a theme park, I have had men ask me out daily. As I'm sure a lot of other females can relate to. It comes off as incredibly creepy and can oftentimes make us feel uncomfortable. It's sad how to most people this isn't obvious, and the reason why I felt compelled to make this post. Of course, asking someone out doesn't hurt anyone, but please don't take me being nice to you as flirting. Especially when I am working and this is my job.
I was eating with a friend and she quickly became interested in the waiter who served our table. She told me she thinks she has a shot because the waiter was very friendly and smiled at her. He's literally just doing his job.
As a guy, getting a phone number on a receipt is really very flattering. I think the sexes probably have a different experience with this, because men are more aggressive and creepy in general, but it's not black and white. People meet each other at their jobs.
As a man, I can confirm fellow men will mistake many things for flirting. I've heard a friend say a stripper wanted him. Like, no bro, she's just a stripper. That's what she does. Makes everyone feel wanted.
As an ex-stripper can confirm. We absolutely do not want you. I had many men want to take me home and out of the lifestyle. I never indicated that that's what I wanted. I was just doing my job. One guy grabbed my area and he had been maced at another club for the same behavior, and my area was on fire for the rest of my shift hours later.
I work doing the same, and yes, we do not want you, we just want to make you satisfied enough for you to come back and spend more money. No, I do not want to marry you or be your girlfriend. You would think these men would know that it's about business and nothing more. Take me out of the lifestyle. Another woman on Reddit called this type of man Captain Save a Hoe.
The trouble is we can never tell the difference, so most of us guys with class just assume it's good customer service. Plus you got women who are just naturally flirty and mean nothing by it. As a classy guy, there's nothing more uncomfortable than being looked at as a creep by an attractive woman. This is why I always end up with wild girls cause they're more forward, and they spell it out, and I like that.
I've asked out bartenders a few times, and a couple have said yes. It's hard to meet people as an adult, and it seems worth it if you feel like there is an actual connection. That said, you should really avoid making anyone uncomfortable. Like, don't just ask out every cute waitress you meet that is friendly.
I am a retail employee for the United States Postal Service, and in the past have done similar jobs that require good customer service. I am friendly, charming, and concerned with your concerns. That does not mean I'm flirting with every single woman that comes through my line. It means I know how to make experiences better, even one so drudging and undesirable as going to the post office. One of my coworkers, whom I love dearly, is not quite so good at customer service, and she regularly comments that I need to quit flirting with all the customers. Drives me batshit crazy.
So, as a woman who has worked in customer service and had my niceness taken out of context, I want to weigh in here. Yes, I have been asked out and declined, and the man accepted it. I've also had old men tell me they think about me sitting in their lap while they are home alone. The stark contrast there is: one is asking if their attention toward me is mutual. The other is forcing me into a situation in which I must confront his message of, I think of you sexually, without your permission, and want you to know it. That man is wrong for doing that. For the men out there saying not all men, we get it. But think about it from the woman, or man, who is working's perspective. It is their job to be there, they cannot just leave because you arrive. I think reading the room is important. And taking no for an answer is also important. But stop saying that op is not all women. No shit. But also read these comments. There's a mix of I like the ego boost and also the please effing don't. I once dated a guy I met while working. It didn't work out, but I don't regret it. But it was on both of our terms and not just his.
I've been on the opposite end of this. When I used to work at a grocery store, I was usually pretty chatty when working the cash register. I helped check out a girl's groceries who was around the same age as me. I don't remember the conversation when exactly, but she seemed to be enthusiastic with the conversation we were having. I considered giving her my phone number on her receipt, but decided against it because I figured she was just being courteous to me, and I didn't want to risk my job if she took it the wrong way and didn't like the gesture.
I'm female and been working in customer service of different kinds over 10 years. I have to disagree with some. I don't care whether I'm asked out once a week or 10 times per day at work or outside it, I always find it flattering. I don't turn into some robot when I'm at work, it's still human interaction. Funny enough, during these years I have actually said yes, and went out with a guy, so I would say shoot your shots, guys. While working in nightclubs as a dancer, not exotic, I was asked whether I was providing extra services. I know it sounds creepy and offensive for some, but I didn't find it that way, just simple answer no is enough for an answer. The fact is, the more you interact with people, the more you will be asked out if you are being nice. Whether it is work or outside. I don't think that a person who thinks that it's creepy should be working among people. However, if you treat me like anything else but a human when I'm working, then that is creepy, offensive, and unacceptable. This includes yelling to me like I was a dog, whistling, or expecting me to put up with your shit like I was your slave.
I mean, my wife and I met this way. I was working in retail at the time, so in my opinion it's better to ask and be shut down than to not ask. I've had people hit on me both when I was the employee and when I was the customer, and I've almost always been flattered rather than made uncomfortable. Just remember a couple of important things. 1. Your interest will likely be turned down more often than it's accepted, and that's okay. If the person isn't interested, accept it and move on. Don't make a big deal about it, accept that there's going to be some awkwardness for a while, and leave it be. Understand that the employee will likely avoid you for a while in future visits, and that you have to make it clear from then on that you respect their answer as final. Usually be leaving it alone and acting like the conversation never happened. 2. When and how you ask is much trickier in this situation. The other person can't really escape if they're uncomfortable with your interest, so you have to give them an out, ask at the conclusion of your business, or provide a way for them to respond outside of work. You have to provide that escape for them, otherwise you're being rude. Leaving a number and a short note at a table should be fine for a restaurant, whereas in retail you would just ask as you're about to walk away, and not when they're running around busy or dealing with other customers.
I feel like it's unfair to label someone off as creepy just for asking you out. Like the way someone asks you out or looks at you can be creepy. But labeling someone as creepy for shooting their shot is why most men avoid asking girls out ever. It's a huge problem. Like even when it's not a customer service situation, it ends up being, should I ask her out or is she going to call me creepy? Creepy is such an unfair thing to label a man just for putting it on the table. Especially if the way they asked was friendly and they didn't push the question or make you overly uncomfortable. Being asked out can be uncomfortable for both parties, especially at a job, but it can also be hard for some people to tell, especially because there are some girls and guys who work customer service and do actually flirt. What I'm saying is, being called creepy is a horrible experience when you weren't trying to be malicious or rude.
Thanks for watching. If you have any advice you want to share, please write them in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on more videos like this.